A Lao delegation led by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Salim Saiko Masid attended the 5th United Nations Conference of the Least Developed Countries, or LDCs, taking place in Doha, Qatar, from the 5th to the 9th March 2023. Under the theme, From Potential to Prosperity. The conference on the LDCs takes place every 10 years, and this year's meeting will focus on returning the needs of the 46 designated countries to the top of the global agenda and supporting them as they strive to get back on track to sustainable development. Over 5 days of the LDC 5 conference in Doha, world leaders will gather with the private sector, civil society, parliamentarians, and young people to advance new ideas, raise new pledges of support, and spur delivery on agreed commitments through the Doha Program of Action. The conference will feature plenary sessions, parallel high-level thematic roundtables, and a series of parallel and side events on various thematic priorities of the Doha Plan of Action. A summit-level meeting of the LDC group chaired by President of Malawi was held on the day before the conference. In his remarks, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Salim Saiko Masid stated that for the Lao PDR, having recognized multi-dimensional challenges and development needs of the country, the Lao government is strongly committed to the implementation of the programs of action for LDCs and other UN development cooperation frameworks.
Not only traditionally developed partners, but also our southern partners and domestic resources. We actively participate.
According to him, in order to achieve our national development goal of graduation, we have made every effort to mobilize resources and support from not only the traditional development partners, but also our southern partners and domestic sources. We also actively participate in the ASEAN community and other regional frameworks and initiatives.
As you are well aware, that Bangladesh, Nepal, and my country, the Lao PDR.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs said, adding that, as you are well aware, Bangladesh, Nepal, and my country, Lao PDR, are in the transition period for graduation by 2026. Our 3 countries have discussed and exchanged views on our national undertakings, including the development of smooth transition strategies for graduation.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. This conference was originally scheduled to January 2022. The sudden cancellation due to the Omicron wave of the COVID-19 pandemic was yet another reminder that the world is subject to constant and unexpected change.
At the opening ceremony of the LDC 5 plenary session, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said least developed countries were being stranded amidst a rising tide of crisis, debt, climate chaos, and deep global injustice, adding that the conference would discuss support for the most vulnerable countries in the world.
Developed countries are being stranded amidst a rising tide of crisis.
He said, the 5th Conference of Least Developed Countries is an opportunity for the world to step up. Countries with the least need supports the most. According to the media release, LDC populations have experienced a sharp decline in living standards and increasing inequality, while their current account balances have come under additional pressure from rising external debt payments and soaring international energy and food prices.
From one another. Together, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, we can forge new partnerships.
The problems that keep us awake at night, be it climate change, COVID-19, or the spiraling prices of food and basic commodities, all of these problems are felt more keenly by least developed countries, said Rabah Fatima, UN High Representative for Least Developed Countries, landlocked developing countries, and small island developing states. A commemoration event on the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the group of LDCs was held after the opening session on 5th March 2023. It is expected that at the conference, specific initiatives and concrete deliverables will be announced that will address LDC's specific challenges, including the climate crisis and environmental degradation. Subaksaran Silapet, LNTV News Team reports from Doha, Qatar.